We can say that difference is a social construction because it's been used to classify human beings into value-based categories. Difference is connected to power. That is, those in power construct differences that create systems of enfranchisement and disenfranchisement. In this sense, differences are not benign or neutral in their effects. Difference contrasts with and complements what's defined as normal. Difference is communicatively constructed. Differences are not naturally occurring. They're social constructions that get normalized and institutionalized in organizations. Such institutionalization serves the interest of the dominant group, who will often go to great lengths to preserve that dominance if it appears under threat by anyone regarded as different. Historically, dominant groups have organized in both formal and informal ways to marginalize difference. We should view differences not as existing independently, but as combining together to create particular effects and structures of power. Differences are not individual traits, they're embedded in institutions and organizations. The idea that difference among employees was a good thing did not even register as an issue with mid-20th century managers. In the 1950s and 1960s, even into the 70s, managers did not walk around thinking, we really need to make our organization more diverse, and if I only could attract lots of female and minority employees. The white maleness of most organizations was just a fact, the way things were and always had been, with no need for justification. The relationships among race, ethnicity, and work are particularly fascinating when we examine U.S. history in the late 19th and early 20th century. Such debates were hardly academic and had a profound effect on immigrant groups' ability to find work. Constructions of forms of difference have much to do with context, historical, cultural, economic, and political. How do employees, gay, straight, and non-gender conforming, manage their sexual identities in work contexts? People are sexual beings, and despite bureaucracy's best efforts to monitor and restrict its expression, we do not check our sexuality at the door when we go to work. Organization members flirt, have romantic relationships, sometimes dress provocatively, and experience work at least in part through their bodies. Because of this increasing recognition of organizations as sites of sexuality, a number of researchers have begun to take seriously the idea that organizations, sexuality, and the body come together in important ways. Furthermore, it's clear that over the last 20 years, definitions of acceptable expressions of sexual identity have shifted, particularly in terms of both public and corporate attitudes towards people who identify as LGBTQ. Fortune 500 companies now routinely take corrective steps to ensure gender equity for LGBTQ workers and their families in the form of comprehensive policies, benefits, and practices. Of course, this progress in gay rights in the workplace and in broader society comes in the wake of almost 50 years of struggle on the part of modern gay rights movement. Progress in company policies and national legislation are one thing. Understanding the ways that LGBTQ employees negotiate organizational life in contexts that are generally heteronormative is another. Understanding the ways that LGBTQ employees negotiate organizational life is important.